Greetings, lovely people of the internet. My name is Ferdinand, and today with me here on Insights with Fed, I have with me.
Yeah, I'm Joshua Win, an economics student at the faculty first year.
So he's an economist. In fact, he's an economics student, and then he also forgot to add something. He forgot to add that we were in the same class.
Yeah, sure. Ferdinand and I were in the same. For those of you who don't know, Ferdinand is really a paddy. For a long time, we went to the same senior high school in Ghana. Yeah, and then we are both here in Morocco on the government scholarship. In fact, offering the same course. He's also doing economics. Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you mentioned that you're an economics student. So we are economics students.
Yeah, sure.
And then why did you opt for economics?
Sure. Yeah, I'm for economics because from childhood, growing up, I always loved calculations. I always loved to work with data, make analysis, and then solving problems. And so, yeah, when I was opting for my tertiary courses, I really wanted to go in for statistics. So when I was applying for the scholarship, I really chose statistics to do scholarships. But then they gave me economics. So when I got there, I really realized that even the economics is the best part for me to integrate into what I really want to be, because I want to be an analyst. Yeah, I want to be an analyst and then be dealing with a lot of data information. Yeah, so I think I went in for economics because I have the passion for the calculation, and then I want to have data at my disposal to make analysis, and then that's just my first passion for me. So that's why I went in for it.
You mentioned passion. Are you sure it's not because of money?
Oh,
the money in it, because I mean most people, the speculation about economists is that most economists they are prone to opportunities like relating to them getting a lot of money.
Well, it's no one will want in this world to do something at the end of the day that what you are doing, you are really not getting anything from it. But with me, I would say money should not be my major factor of going in for economics. Actually, I don't even know how much they pay economists or those who are analysts their net worth. But I think it's the passion I have for the field, because I feel like I'm very free with dealing with data and then making analysis and calculations and all those stuff. So actually, it's not about whether at the end of it all what I'm going to be earning, but it is the passion I have for it that makes me went in for it.
So at this point, if you've not subscribed, make sure to subscribe and then hit on the notification button, because in the subsequent videos to come, we'll be having a talk on whether someone would go in for passion. Passion, or the person would go in for money. That's another topic we'll talk about. That's another story for another day, basically.
Sure.
So you went in for economics, and then I would also like to ask you, would you advise anyone to go in for economics?
Yeah, I will 100% recommend somebody who wants to do economics to go in for it, because actually economics is a nice course. It broadens your mind to a lot of things, because with economics you realize that for me, I am doing economics and finance, and I get to do with accounting, and then I also do mathematics, get to do with the calculations and all those stuff, and not only professional build up. Economics is a basic tool for every individual. As growing up, you apply economics in every day of your life. You go to market, you buy things every day. So going in for economics will really broaden your mind on why certain things are happening in your days, or why is it that things are happening around you. Because economics is a social science, and it's about human beings. Whatever you do every day, it's a bit of economics. So I think it's a very nice field for anyone who wants to advance his studies in the tertiary institution and really wants to do it, to go for it, because it really broaden your mind on why things are happening around you. Yeah, so it's a nice. I would really recommend it to anyone who wants to do economics.
But then you also made mention earlier on that we have a lot of, okay, actually let me not say you made mention, the reality on ground is that we have a lot of calculations.
Yeah.
We have a lot of calculations on board. So we also have people that also have challenges with calculations.
Sure.
Would you still advise such people to go in for that?
Yeah, so with people who have challenges in the field, or let me say calculations, what I believe or what I stand for is when the going gets tough, the tough gets you going. Be tough. Just be tough. Well, people will say it is hard. What are you doing to make the difference? You don't just sit and based on what people are saying or what you have just experienced at the beginning. Normally, every ladder you are climbing, you should have difficulties. There's nothing free in this world. You should have, difficulties to overcome. That will make you, exceptional. That's what is going to make you what up there. Then it will be like, okay, people are saying it's hard, but then I have done it. You'll be proud of yourself. So what I believe in is that, yeah, if you have problem with calculations and then still you want to do economics, or you have the passion for it, you want to do economics, I will really still recommend it for you that go in for it and then be tough, face every challenge with all your capabilities. Try your best. God has created everyone with, the knowledge. And once you put in effort, surely you will arrive at your destination. So, not being strong in maths, it shouldn't be a reason for you to go in for it. But really, if you want to do it, I believe when you go in and then you are tough, you get things done. Yeah.
Yeah. So you also made, one of the key things you made mention of that when the going gets tough, the tough gets going.
Sure.
But then in that going, you need to also get strategies. So I would like to know from you personally, what strategies do you actually implement in your studies that do help you most of the times?
Yeah, sure. Individually, we have individual differences when it comes to studies or strategies, in succeeding. With me personally, what I would say is I believe in taking things into my hands and then doing it myself. Then I come across a problem, then it is hard. I just believe in the hard way. I face it as a man. I try to understand, this is the idea, this is what they are saying. What is out of it? Look around you, think, do it, make references, try to understand it yourself. Why should it be so? Why are they saying it's so? So for me, that is the strategy I use. Anything I come across, I don't understand. I try understanding it myself. Okay, when I try understanding it myself, and then maybe at the end of the day, still, it's not coming, then I will consider consulting somebody who is advanced than me to also, get ideas from the person of how the thing, works. But the main principle of me is that I go the hard way. I sit on it, try to understand. What is it that I'm not understanding? I make analysis, comparisons, things, I really bring a lot of things into play, test it to understand, make sure that I understand it myself. Yeah, and surely most of the time it works for me. When I try to understand it in the hard way, I get through it. If I don't get through it, and then you just consult somebody based on what you have already acquired within your own efforts. The person will just add something small to you, and then you are free to go. Yeah, so it is individual difference, but that's the strategy I use. I believe in the hard way. Then when it's not working out, then I consider meeting people who are more advanced than me in my field.
So from me personally, 3 things I've just taken from what you said.
Yeah.
First, we should believe in the hard way because nothing becomes easy.
Yeah.
Secondly, we should also have a positive self-image.
Sure.
And then thirdly,
believe in yourself. Yeah.
And thirdly, we should always try to open up to people so that we get solutions to our problems.
Sure.
Yeah, for me personally, these are the 3 things I learned from you.
Yeah.
I don't know of the audience, but then the audience, if you've learned some key things from him, he's really a big man. If you've learned certain key things from him, you can put in the comment section. Since this is a learning forum, it's a podcast actually, but then it is a podcast for self-growth.
Yeah, very important.
Yeah. And then here's the case that we are students here, and then we study in French.
Sure.
But then we are Anglophones. How do you find that system also?
Yeah, really, I think this is a very concern you have raised. Anglophone, and then all of a sudden you are learning in French. You see how tedious.
Imagine you have passed your school session from KG, from primary, to junior high school to senior high school, then your university, you are supposed to study in French.
Sure.
That's crazy.
I really won't lie. It is not easy. It is not easy being an Anglophone and all of a sudden you are learning in French, not basic. You are not learning basic things. You are learning more advanced things in another foreign language. You really don't have the basis. Yeah, it is very hard integrating. But with my value, I told you that when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I just try to be tough. Okay, I find the hard way. So with me, I try understanding the French. Just learn the French in the French. Whether if I read something in French, I try to understand it in French. Then the hard way, if it doesn't work out, then maybe I will consult to getting a translator to translate it from French, so to have a better understanding. Even though I consider going the hard way, learn it in the French. And as you learn in the French, you basically, there are certain things you understand in English, but just because they're in French, it will be tough.
Yeah.
So I try learning in the French, understand what those French words are, and every day as you read in the French, you encounter new words, and then you even build on your vocabs. So me, I just prefer the hard way. Yeah. So I learn in the French, and then I try to understand the French, and then I go read. Yeah.
All right. So generally, what advice do you have for the audience? Generally.
Yeah, so my advice to everyone out there watching us is that, believe in yourself, and then in everything that you are doing, make sure that you have a positive mindset on it. Don't base on what people are saying or what people around you are saying that it wouldn't be possible. You think, that is so. Don't consider it that way. Be positive. Know that a lot of positivities are around you. Make an effort, trust in God, pray, make an effort, and then you will surely arrive. Any dream you have for yourself, I would just advise you to pick it up, and then build upon it. Believe in yourself, try the hard way, and then surely you are going to be through.
Yeah, so also for me, I would also say that basically we just have to believe in God, because firstly, just believe in God. That's the most important thing. And like you mentioned earlier on, we should always have a positive self-image about ourselves.
Sure.
Because most of the times we tend to doubt ourselves, but then you get to realize that you're actually the best person to do that.
Exactly.
For me personally, I've been facing that. Most of the times, an opportunity may do come. Most of the times, I do get opportunities, but then I'm like, okay, I'm too young, or sometimes I'm inexperienced to follow up with this. But then sometimes when I do it and finish, I realize that I was the best person to actually fill in that gap.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I would just basically say first, believe in God. Secondly, have a positive self-image about yourself, and then thirdly, be open to people. Yeah, just be open to people. And if you have a problem or if you have a challenge, try to get solutions from people.
Sure.
And then lastly, I would say that try to subscribe if you've not yet subscribed, because I know some people are watching right now and they've not subscribed.
Very important. Yeah, he's actually my man. Yeah, so if you are watching us from this podcast and you've not yet subscribed, please try and subscribe for my man. It's my man. Subscribe, and then turn on the notification bell so that he's going to, whenever he posts a podcast, you'll be able to get it. Yeah.
Actually, this is just something to kind of give you interest more in this. We have people from a lot of places that are willing to come on board, but then just that they are far. So I'm going to have sessions where it will be more like digital.
All right.
videos will be taken, and then they'll share their thoughts about certain aspects. So it's really going to be something that it will be interesting, you understand? So just make sure to subscribe, share, and then let's all help each other grow, right?
Yeah.
So it was really nice having you, Mr. Joshua.
Yeah.
Have a good day, and I hope to see you again.
Yeah, have a good day too, my brother. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I'm much grateful for being part of your podcast today. Yeah, and I think I've shared some insights about taking up challenges. So it is my hope and prayer that whoever that is listening to us today, can drive something positive from this podcast, and then it will go a long way to helping you in your professional studies or whatever you do in life. Sure.
So on this note, we have come to the end of insights. We have come to the end of today's podcast. And
Sure.
we are.
Sure.